Woo! Another die roll down. I don't really like this hand. It doesn't really do anything. That one's much better. Even though this also looks like it does nothing, it's more fluid in doing nothing. Whereas the other hand did actual nothing until turn a million. It's easier to draw into action with this deck too than it is to have the action and draw a more fluid hand. Ooh. I wonder what our opponent's on then. Tron is a possibility. We'll learn after the first turn. It's possible Living End. It's like a deck that mulligans a ton. It's actually very possible, given that he mulled the 4, I should have taken the damage. Because it's reasonable that I'll have... Ooh, it's a pretty good draw. It's reasonable that I'll have to kill him pretty quickly. I guess you could also be Bogles as another deck where the damage is kind of relevant. Gosh, that's so cool that I have the natural spell guide if he's on a mold of 4 with Bogles. She isn't. Scape Shift? Oh, Amulet. No, Scape Shift. Interesting. Well, commence the beats. You are allowed to cycle. That's fine. This is fine because I remain at... I want Steam Vents. I'm at 19, which is ahead of 18. Takes him an extra land. Even though I have an Archmage, so the game is going to take long enough that he won't have time to do that. It's actually an interesting question of whether I even play this Ooze. Because if he has a Fire Spout or something, I'm in kind of awkward shape if I play it. As if he... It doesn't really... Yeah, I should play it. Because if he has a Fire Spout, it's going to take a counter off the Archmage anyway, so I'm sacrificing the Archmage regardless to counter it. And that puts me in a position where I have a pretty big threat hanging out. Jeez, in theory, he could have a turn 4 kill with that hand off of 4? Jeez. It's pretty crazy. Um... So the question is if I leave up double counter or not. I don't think I need to. So my options were give him a life, which seemed like the worst option by quite a big margin. Um, so I could give him a life with the Grove. I could... That's fine. Give him... Or move my wall into Pyroclasm range, which is probably not super relevant. Or I could uh, not leave up double counter, which seems minimally relevant. Though I guess it's also Spell Sky plus counter, which is a little better than I thought. So maybe I should have just taken a counter off the wall. Continuing to do this. It's actually possible I should have put a counter on my wall so I could get my ooze to a +1 or a 4. It's actually probably correct. Yeah, I doubt he has Snapcaster, but it's worth playing as if he does. Ooh. Can I kill him with counter backup here? Pretty sure I can. Sure. Um, and the reasoning for just accepting that, I guess he. Yeah, so the reason for accepting that is that if he has a cryptic command, he can respond to the Archmage trigger of persist and counter it anyways. Like, this is a board state that he's pretty hard pressed to get out of anyways. Yeah. Um, it's also possible I could have main phase. Yeah, I should have main phase eaten the. That's fine. If he has another Valakut, it gets a little awkward. Ooh, that gets real interesting. Yeah, I'll just shove in the air. He's gonna die. I'm just gonna leave up all my counter magic because I can chord for image for more counter magic or chord for resto for more counter magic. Um, I should definitely chord here. Don't know for what though. Yeah, this seems correct. I can get anything. Conscripts is pretty good here, actually. Because then I target his Elder, and then he doesn't do it. Yeah, I should just get conscripts. I don't know if that's actually the best way to kill him here, but it does work. Well, that was an interesting game off of Molda 4. Um, let's see. Those are great. Sensor's okay. Rider's fine. Eidolon's more likely to slow me down. I don't think I want Sliver or Staticaster or Finks or any of this nonsense. This card's good. This card's loose. This card's loose. Don't need red cap. I think this Ooze is probably the next worst card. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't want Sliver because it doesn't attack if he's just normal scape shifting and not omening. This seems pretty close to optimal. Not 100% sure, but it leaves in the max number of like semi-broken things. Probably doesn't have Snapcaster if he has Omen. Yeah, some of his deck construction's a little weird. Like, Explorer is definitely an interesting card that kind of makes sense in a lot of these decks. Escape Shift deck specifically because it's, a way to put more lands into play, but it's also a cantrip and having a critical number of cards. Like I always say, it's an 8-card combo deck. Yeah. His hand is, I'll keep it, I guess. I'll draw something that does something. Um, so having a critical mass of cantrips in the Scape Shift deck is pretty clutch because it lets you continue hitting land drops and doing things. I think we're just playing birds this turn. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Scape Shift Death cantrips really huge because it gives you critical mass cards. So you always have the 8 cards you need to kill them. Scape Shift plus 7 lands, sometimes 9. Scape Shift plus 8 lands. So a card like Explorer is really good. But the thing about Omen is that it kind of negates that game plan as being 100% necessary. Want a blue-white here? Yeah. So I don't really think Omen meshes with the all cantrips plan. Whereas I think Snapcaster does more. This may also be talking because Gabe Carlton Barnes won a PTQ with a list that was designed by Conrad Kolos to be basically all cantrips and the Snapcaster Scape Shift plan with no omens. I've been playing this game this way because it's very clear he has a remand. There's no need to pay life to pot and just run it into a remand. Especially when I have a guaranteed additional turn past his next turn to live because I'm at 19. I guess you could have Omen plus... If he has Omen plus Shift, I take all of the damage, but that's it. That's what I was looking for. So I want to play this. Shove. Trying to figure out if there's a way I actually get there in time with probably shouldn't have played that line. I should have. Oh, whoop! That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I probably should have left up the other land to cast. I don't really see a reason to do anything into a remand. Tap the wrong guy if I decide to block after. Ah, that was a mistake. I guess maybe I could have been like a little bit more aggressive in landing my pod, but I didn't feel like I had enough time to like continuously get remanded. That's fine. This gets blue-red? Yeah, blue-red. Now that he gets to use his Cryptic, he has a remand back in hand. Ooh. It's not the worst draw. It's actually... It doesn't really matter, does it? So I'm going to play Noble... Pod. I don't really think the attack for 2 is that big a deal. Turn Bird into Spellskite and pass. If he has another land plus Escape Shift, I'm dead. Right? Because it's a lot of triggers there. It's 12, yeah. But this does protect me from no land plus Escape Shift. Oh, is he exploring into it? Oh, that's fine. Still have a resto. Oh, wait, he still has 6 lands only. I cannot count here. Um, let's figure this out. Uh, so if I have, yeah, let's play birds. Just going through options. I don't really want to get remanded here. I'd rather just. Yeah, rather just tap right. Definitely a line I missed here. I think Pride Mage is the best option. Like, Voice leaves me with a guy, but that's not really a concern. The concern is preventing myself from dying in any way, shape, or form next turn, and this prevents an Omen from doing it. And then next turn, I'm going to. I don't know. I could have been more aggressive with my life total at a couple points once I hit 18. But I think that next turn the play is I sack this for Exarch, paying 2 life and blinking my pod. That way, if he tries to. I guess he could Cryptic the pod anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But if he has like a instant speed kill spell, I have Angel up still. Probably dead here. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is all the same. Actually, I guess versus Anger, Finks is just strictly worse. I'd rather have 2 drops so I can curve up. Uh, doesn't matter too much. Um, Hand's not insane, but I'm okay with it. So this is gonna get a blue-white. Yeah, I guess I'll just play my creature. I think I should just try and get him. Don't think there's a huge reason. He doesn't have any red exposed. It's possible I should have just run this on my turn. No, then you can just fetch a red. He's drawn 2 of the 3 cards off of Halimar Depths. I mean, I'm going to cast this at some point on his turn. If he gets to remand it, it doesn't really make anything that much worse. I think my goal here is mostly just to not get that guy Anger the Godded. Though I guess he could Cryptic it. If he doesn't play a red land, I'm just slamming it on my main phase. That's not true. Oh, well, that makes my decision. Whew. Even more negates. That was the wrong land. I should play the Temple Garden tapped. Because I'm now obligated to preemptively play this on tap so I can have negate Mind Sensor up. Do I want blue-green or blue? I think it's blue-red here. So that gives me Kiki mana. Yeah, I'll just slam this guy here. He doesn't have Cryptic up. He doesn't have anything up, so I just want the power in play. Let's get... I guess I have another green, so this should be blue-red. Whew. That one's not bad either. I like that one this turn, actually. It's going to blow up Valakut. Because he has shown me Omen. So I should play as if he could have an Omen. And then I get to witness back this guy next turn. Presumably. Like, I'm not going to echo. If he does Anger, I get to witness back Mind Sensor with a negate up. That's also pretty good. Uh... Yeah. How is this castable? Maybe I just want to get back Mind Sensor here. Yeah, I like this a lot. Pay the life. Pass the turn. Puts him to dead in 2. That's fine by me. It's going to counter that and what? Bounce something? Like the voice? That doesn't matter to me, does it? Does it? No, that's actually fine. I don't really like this matchup for what it's worth, but like, it's always close. The fact that they have a lot more mana means that a lot of your turns get a little more awkward because your deck is susceptible to reman. Most of your important cards do cost 3 or more. He's played a... Yeah, sure, why not? Is your game plan to find 4 mountains and... maybe I should kill that, or stop that. Because in theory, he could find 4 mountains in his top 4 cards. And then, sack the Elder to shoot down the... He'd have to find a lot of runners. I did give him a very slim out. Yeah, I probably should have countered that. Oh well. Lesson for next time. Don't be so confident.